Well, I guess it's time for a little bit of round ball on the Valley Channel game of the week. We've got Sky View hosting Logan as we start region play. Logan off to a hot start at 9-2. Sky View 6-6, but Logan, well, both teams coming off a loss in their region opener, correct?
Yeah, both a tough way to start the region, and it's even tougher to go in a rivalry game, and you got to get that first win. And you got to think the edge goes to Logan a little bit tonight because of the experience on their team with Compton and Brimhall and Anderson. A lot of sophomores for Skyview that play well and are great athletes, still sophomores.
Skyview coming off that improbable championship run from last year, and one of the games on the way to the championship was actually a setback here. When, they won here, right? Yeah. And it was a barn burner.
Yeah, both games were fantastic last year. From Remember, Taylor hit a great shot at Logan, and it's just a great rivalry game. We're looking forward to it.
Well, we're looking forward to this one. Don't go anywhere. The game of the week is coming up next.
I'm a totally different man.
You could do one thing only, incline training is it.
It eliminated that fad. Just get up and walk.
You want to change your life, then you need to step up to the X9 from Nordic Track. What makes the X9 the best calorie burning machine on the planet? Incline. Going up, now you're burning twice the calories. You want more? Take it all the way to 40% incline for 5 times the calorie burn.
The X9 is one of the fastest ways ever to burn calories.
And all you have to do is walk.
Plus, the X9 comes with iFit, powered by Google Maps, so you can work out anywhere.
Burn fat jogging on the beaches of Fiji. Shed pounds hiking the Swiss Alps.
With iFit, the X9 automatically adjusts, so your workout follows the terrain.
You can most definitely shed calories and burn fat.
You can just walk the calories off.
Get this amazing machine for $0 down and free shipping, $150 value.
To order, call 1-800-383-4153 or go online today.
Valley rivalry tonight on the game of the week as Logan visits Skyview, and it's brought to you by Icon Health and Fitness. Change your lives with fitness innovation. Cache Valley Hospital, your choice in healthcare. Salt Lake Express door-to-door service to and from the Salt Lake Airport every hour. Lewiston State Bank, strong and vibrant for over a century. Immaculate Homes, now your home. Wendy's of Cache Valley. It's way better than fast food. It's Wendy's. Discount Tire and Automotive, so much more than a tire store. Four Seasons Premier Apartment Homes, live, work, play, and celebrate. VR Graphics for all your promotional graphics needs. Planet Fitness. The Logo Shop, we logo stuff, all kinds of stuff. On the Valley Channel, Cache Valley's television station. Hello everyone and welcome again to the game of the week on the Valley Channel. We are at Skyview High School. I'm Eric Olson along with Lee Vaughn. Skyview playing host to Logan, Lee, and the last time we were here with these two teams playing, that was a wild one. I had to think about it for a minute. We talked in the opener. Wait, who won that one? Because it was back and forth the entire night.
It was a wild game here as well as there in Logan. These two teams really know each other well. A lot of youth on Skyview. These young guys looking forward to get into this game and play against Logan tonight.
Well, there is a lot of youth on Skyview in all of their programs. We talked about it a lot with football, but it's an underclassman that's doing all the scoring for Logan, and Tyler Brimhall. We've talked about him for 2 years, and this year he's come into his own on a 9-2 team, Lee.
Yeah, Tyler Brimhall averages 20 points per game. He's made 30 three-pointers on the season. That's almost three per game. He's got such a smooth, quick release. It's hard to defend. He's got a pretty high release as well. So take a look at that tonight. He is a great shooter, but Logan is also bringing back Taylor Compton, who's starting tonight, and a couple other great players who we've seen. Hiram Tennant last year, 6'8". So Logan's got a lot of experience to come into.
57-56 last year. Skyview wins that game. Out here, that was a wild one. It was 74-73, the other one. So 1 point between both of them. Coach Kirk Hilliard spent some time with Lee Vaughn a little bit ago. Let's hear what the coach has to say.
Well, Coach, the season's been going on for quite a while, but this is the first time that you've been on the Valley Channel this year. Talk to us about your team and really what we can expect to see tonight in this rivalry game.
Well, we're not bringing back a lot of experience. Braxton's our lone returning starter. Carden Porter started a few games last year when Matt Dewey was a little bit sick, but so we're bringing back a lot of experience. But we've got a lot of young guys that have played a lot of basketball games, and we figured some things out in preseason. We dropped a tough one the other night at Box Elder. Box Elder hit some shots. Box Elder's a tough place to play out on the road, as everyone knows. But I'm excited about our team. The kids like each other. They're fun to coach. They play hard. And as a coach, that's about all you can ask, is if they'll play hard and do what you ask. And I think we're getting better every game.
Well, you mentioned one of the big keys to this team. They're very young. A lot of sophomores get a lot of playing time. How do you coach them going into this difficult Logan rivalry Valley game?
Well, if you remember, last year both games were classic. They were mirror images of one another of how they ended. What a fun part for the Valley and for high school players and for coaches to be a part of. Comes right down to the wire. We'll have to wait and see how things unfold tonight. But if you remember right, Riley Pander, a sophomore, stepped in last year and hit a big shot out here to give us the win out here at our place. And so Taylor Compton stepped up down there for them. So, it's a rival game. You can kind of throw records out the window, I feel. Home court advantage maybe a little bit, but, I think we'll have our fans here. They're great. It'll be a rowdy environment. The first time this year that we'll play in an environment like this, Box Elder was loud, but I think this is going to be fun.
Good.
It's going to be great.
Well, we're looking forward to it. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
See you at halftime.
Yep.
Well, Coach Hilliard's team, again, coming off that wild state championship run, and expectations are high, even though they lose some big-time players, especially Jalen Moore, who's logging a lot of minutes up on the hill for a Mountain West Conference team that's pretty good in the Utah State Aggies. But the last time these two teams met here, it was a 1-point win from Sky View. Riley Panther came off the bench to hit a 2-pointer in this near side right corner down on your bottom of your screen there. That's where he hit it from, and the place went wild. And Skyview won that game after Logan on a Compton 3-pointer beat Skyview out there at Logan. Logan Brown is the head coach of the Logan Grizzlies, and he also spent some time with Lee tonight.
A tough region. You lose your first game, unfortunately, but you're on a pretty good roll this season, 9-2, and you got a great team. Tell us about it.
Yeah, we're excited for the next game. The one thing we tell our guys is next game mentality. Your most important game is always your next one, and this will be a good one. It's always fun. It's our second game in region. You got to start out at Skyview, and it's always fun coming in here. The environment's always going to be great. Our kids are going to be excited. Their kids are going to be excited, but we're ready to roll. This will be a fun game.
How do you get ready for this game off of a loss? What are you telling them during the interim?
When you lose on Wednesday, you got to have a 12-hour memory. You got to wake up, and it's a new day, and Roy got us. There's no excuse. They beat us, and we'll be excited to play them again when it comes around. But you got to forget it quick and focus on what's the next thing that you got to take care of, which is Skyview. And so our guys are pretty good, though. We got savvy kids that get it and want to win, and so they realized that we didn't quite reach our potential on Wednesday, and they focused right in. I was very proud of the way we practiced yesterday.
Oh, fantastic. Looking forward to a great game.
Yep.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Coach.
Well, Coach Brown has his team playing well. They're 9-2 on the season, 0-1 in region play. But they're off to a good start, and he's had them playing good basketball the last couple of years. They made a run in the state tourney last year as well, surprising a lot of people.
Yeah, Skyview's looking to make a run here in region play. They're sitting at 6-6 on the season, also with a loss to begin the season as well. So this is a big game, even bigger than the rivalry that naturally makes this a big game.
Now they lost to Roy 50-41 on Wednesday night. They were in a game by Chandler, 13 points. Jackson Anderson with 12 in that one. And Medlin, if that name sounds familiar, he is the little brother of Preston Medlin that plays up at Utah State. So plenty of Aggie ties here in this ball game tonight. Well, they're about ready to start introducing the starting lineups. And you look at this regionally, Box Elder has a whale of a team over there with Shad Watson and the guys that they have.
He's finally a senior, correct?
I believe so. The thing about him is I don't know that he's any bigger now than he was when he was a freshman. But now he's just more experienced.
Yes.
And then, of course, you've got Roy with Bracott Chapman, who's going to Utah, and that's a heck of a team. also. Let's take a look at the Logan starting lineups.
Well, you just saw Taylor Compton introduced number 15, number 44, Hiram Tennant, 6'8" senior center. Jackson Anderson, number 5.
Wearing his dad's old number.
Chandler Medlin, sorry about that. Jackson Anderson is 20.
Okay, there you go.
And then Tyler Brimhall, number 24, the shooter on this team. They'll look to feed him the ball all night long. Skyview going for a little atmosphere, lowering the lights.
Turn down the lights here at Smithfield when they introduce the starting lineups. So we'll go through them as well, Lee.
Yep, you'll see Braxton Goddard start tonight, the only returning starter and guy who got a lot of playing time last year. Justin Evans, Bryce Mortensen, Jake Kozlowski, and Riley Panter, who we talked about earlier in the broadcast.
Goddard's really the only player coming back with a lot of experience. And you mentioned this young team, Goddard, the senior, Evans, the senior, Mortensen, just a sophomore, part of that sophomore class that so highly regarded. Kozlowski is senior and Panter the junior, but really only 4 seniors on this whole team.
Yeah.
And 3 of them in the starting lineup.
Mortensen leads all scorers this season at 12.1 per game as a sophomore.
And it's a junior that leads Logan. Tyler Brimhall's 20 points per game. Right behind him, Jackson Anderson with 13, Medlin with 11. So kind of a 3-headed monster there for the Grizzlies. They've got 3 guys that can put the ball in the bucket. And you look at the Grizzlies, you know, their varsity team. They've got 5 seniors. And the rest are juniors and 1 sophomore, Jason Anderson. Jackson Anderson, a junior.
But one thing I've noticed every year in football, it seems to be a new hairstyle comes out. It's usually long. Looks like basketball, Taylor Compton's business mullet has caught on, and everybody's kind of got the mullet working for Logan.
Business in the front, party.
That's right. Hiram Tennant, the only one not sporting a mullet, but he's close. A couple weeks and he'll be there. Wow. Skyview students fired up for this one. They remember last year, I think, at Logan.
Compton chasing down the opening tap, and the Grizzlies will start on offense first. They're trying to get Brimhall down low. Compton turns and fires, misses, and it's rebounded by Goddard.
That's a pretty good look from the box. He's just a little hyped up and doesn't quite get that on the square.
Just about dropped out of bounds by Kozlowski. Picks it back up, and now underneath goes Mortensen. He misses. Kozlowski with the big body. Fights and puts it back off the rim, and Medlin with the board.
A lot of energy to start this game, and it's showing up on the boards. They're getting the boards, but they can't get the putback.
Compton on the dribble out front. Everything okay for the Grizzlies on offense, and then the shot won't go for Brimhall. 3 on the way. Good! Riley Panter. Three the other way won't go, and Kozlowski with the board. Quickly down the other end, a bucket, but no. It's a charge on Evans. You called it.
That's an easy call. Jackson Anderson had great position, and he stood there for 10 seconds. It felt like.
Brimhall back to Compton. Baseline drive, and he gives it away.
Tries to wrap that around to Hiram Tennant, but good defense by Mortensen to pick that up. There's another shot.
All the way, and they're going to call that one a block on Medlin, and I'm with you. I thought that looked like it might be a charge.
A lot of times the officials will call it because of movement, and Medlin was still moving, but you still have the right to be there.
Well, and that's kind of when it becomes the judgment of the official, right?
That's a tough call.
It may be one of the toughest in basketball. And Mortensen hits the free throw.
Skyview coming out fired up. Logan still with a 0 on the scoreboard.
Second one won't go, and it's Anderson with the board. Anderson got a lot of time last year as an underclassman.
Sporting that beard, growing it because he can.
Never met a razor that he liked. Compton's three won't go, and it remains 4-0 for Skyview. Tennant takes it away. He can't hit from right underneath, and here come the Bobcats, and that is a frustration foul.
Yep.
By Tyler Brimhall, as he missed underneath as well.
Boy, and if Logan's going to win this game on Skyview's home court, you can feel the energy. Tyler Brimhall cannot afford to get those frustration reaches.
They actually called it on Compton.
Oh, that's lucky.
You see, Tennant takes it away, and then Tennant and Brimhall both missed from point-blank range. 4-0 Skyview, near steal by Medlin.
Somebody's got to take the saran wrap off the Logan basket.
Goddard misses. Rebound fought for, and it's Brimhall. Brimhall quickly ahead to Medlin. He's got room. Medlin's circus shot won't go. The rebound. Foul called on Brimhall. So that's 3 fouls on the Grizzlies, and we've only played a minute and a half. Take a look, and Medlin just kind of pushed Kozlowski out of there. Evans. Can't get it to drop. This one's going the other way. Skyview's not wasting any time.
You know, I've seen shooting sleeves. Is Anderson wearing a shooting sock? We got the legging on one leg.
That's right. Here's Anderson down low, turns in, misses, but he'll go to the line.
Anderson kind of baited Skyview into that. That was Mortensen into that foul.
And Mortensen picks up the foul. That's the second team foul. There's a good look at Anderson. His dad, of course, Kevin Anderson, coached out here for a few years. And he misses the first free throw. And the crowd letting him know that he missed the first free throw. He misses both.
Boy, Logan can't buy a basket, but in spite of it, they're only down 4-0.
Here's a block by Tennant against Goddard. Anderson slows it down as Goddard pesters him. Man defense by the Bobcats. Cross court pass to Medlin. He's shut off by Kozlowski. Anderson picks up his dribble, and now Compton takes it from him. The Grizzlies started over. Compton with the bounce pass under to Anderson, and the Grizzlies are finally on the board.
With 4:20 to go in this first quarter, they finally get their first 2 points and only down by 2.
Skyview breaks the pressure. Panther three. Got it again. He's 2 for 2 from beyond the arc. And it's 7-2 Skyview. Just under 4 minutes to play in the first period. Down under to Tennant. Oh,
he had a wide open lane.
Yeah, he spun back inside. There's Brimhall fighting for a rebound.
It's going to be on Brimhall.
And a foul call.
There's your frustration foul you were talking about. He gets frustrated he can't put that little tip back in.
Oh, they called it on Panther.
Really?
Yeah, they did.
Wow.
So 3 fouls each. Down goes Anderson, but Tennant picks it up. Brimhall. Doherty right in Brimhall's pocket. Compton. Taylor Compton with his first bucket. Three ball won't go as Mortensen too long on the shot.
Don't think
Medlin
that's a shot.
Doesn't have numbers, and he's swatted out of there. Mortensen to the bucket and a foul.
Wow. Up and down, up and down. Mortensen up and down. That's a great block. And the best part about it, if you're a Skyview fan, he keeps it inbounds.
Anderson just picked up his first foul. Mortensen will go to the line.
Mortensen, 6'6". Still got some growing to do.
Well, that's a scary thought for the food bill. Tyler Downs into the ball game. I've heard that Tyler Downs is getting some attention up at Utah State from the football team.
And rightly so, I believe. He's got a lot of potential.
Mortensen second. Too hard, and Brimhall corrals the miss. 8-4. Skyview with the lead, just under 3 minutes to play in the first period. Brimhall spins inside, back up and under, and the shot goes. And that's something Brimhall's added to his game. He's been down in the paint a lot tonight. The last couple of years, he's finding that curvy blue line and just standing back there and firing away. Panther, heat check, and he's flaming hot.
That kid is unconscious so far. 3 for 3 and didn't even stop to check to make sure the ball was in his hand that time before he let it go.
Shot won't go, but the foul will send Cole Dixon to the line.
Foul's going to be on Downs.
It's a fourth team foul on the Bobcats. Dixon misses. So Dixon will try again. He's short on that one. Marcus Mays also into the ball game for Logan. Doherty down to Mortensen. Mortensen takes the bump and gets his own board. Doherty loses it out front. Hendricks is calling for the ball. Now he's got it. Brimhall shuts him off baseline. They'll start over.
Yeah, jumping jacks on the sideline don't usually get away from the defense either. So take your time and find the open man.
Doherty goes baseline, leans in, he's fouled. Dixon says, my arms were straight up. And, well, they started straight up, but they didn't end straight up.
Yeah, they were straight up, and the hip check didn't do a lot of good either there for the foul.
I think it wasn't the arms that they were worried about. Take a look as he comes over.
Yeah, my arms were straight up until the end.
Until they weren't. But you know, that's a prerequisite of being a basketball player.
You don't understand the true nature of verticality.
You never foul anyone ever. Doherty makes one of two. Stepping on the line was Dixon. Yeah, I think if Dixon doesn't step out of bounds, maybe they let that foul go. But Downs called for his second. Downs is a big kid, 6'5", 280.
Junior.
And a junior. Try to get it into Brimhall, and they turn it over.
He's trying to look for position, and Doherty just lets him move backwards kind of gets him off balance.
3 on the way from Hendricks. Rims out and rebounded by Anderson. Mays looks at a 3. Likes what he sees. Under a minute to play, and it's a 3-point ball game, 12-9. Skyview leading Logan. Hendricks steps inside the 3-point line and connects. Skyview by 5 with 36 seconds to play in the first period. This one won't go, and Downs with the board. Lob under to Mortensen.
Nice save.
15 seconds to play in the first period. Skyview holding for the last shot. Hendricks looks to Downs. Downs is fouled, and Brimhall may have just picked up his second.
Yep.
So Tyler Brimhall is probably going to spend a big chunk of the second period sitting on the bench. And Downs will go to the line.
A little flat. You can hang your laundry on that shot. Got to get a little more arch under it. You know that's a flat shot when it hits the front and back of the rim.
That one won't go. Downs picks up his own board. Doherty would have counted, but it didn't go. 14-9. Skyview leading Logan after 1 period of play. Olson and Lee Vaughn back in Smithfield. Skyview leads Logan 14-9. After 1 period of play at halftime, we're going to be talking to Shania Laird from PR Graphics. And wait till you see what they did with some nice photos and a not-so-great van.
Really?
Yeah. PR Graphics, one of our...
It's more fun than getting a paint job.
Our sponsors, they look way better than the paint job. They create banners, signs, vehicle graphics, and wraps. They can customize and recreate things to meet your needs. It's PR Graphics. And again, we'll hear from that at halftime.
Well, it's a tough pass from Goddard, but it gets there.
Panner, 3 for 3 from three-point land in that first period to lead all scores with 9 points. Inside, Goddard gets one to fall.
Boy, and I was just thinking a second ago that we haven't heard a lot from Goddard yet, and he's got to get started in this game to keep Skyview on top. Now they're going to be up 16-9. That's good upper body control. Takes the foul, hoop in the harm.
Bump in the bucket.
Bump in the bucket. It sounds like chicken is involved there.
Bump in the bucket? You don't want your chicken bumping around in that bucket. Goddard can't complete the three-point play, but it's a 7-point lead for Skyview. Mays off the curl. Won't go. Rebounded by Goddard. Here come the Bobcats.
Mays kind of pushed that shot, didn't really shoot it.
Goddard.
Travel.
Yeah. Doherty, left-hander.
Boy, he was taking that one to the hole, and nobody was going to stop him.
Timeout, Logan, as they trail by 9, and Logan Brown is hot.
I got a pretty good idea what he's hot about. It's the defense. Their defensive intensity slacked off, and Sky View's has ratcheted up.
What are you talking about? Logan's playing defense that they learned at the BYU basketball camp.
That explains a lot.
The jack up more shots and hope you win defense. You know, it's interesting is they say that style of ball actually might help out some teams this year with the new officiating in the NCAA. I don't know if you've noticed that in any of the games.
No.
They've really made an emphasis. A lot of teams, they were saying, were kind of uglying up the game, you know, to really grabbing and holding and wrestling to try to slow offenses down. Well, they've started to call it a lot tighter this year.
Ugh.
I don't know if you've noticed that.
That's going to make it slower.
But they definitely have been calling games a lot tighter so far in college. So really, if you're running up and down trying to get as many possessions as possible, that might be the new norm in college basketball.
It'll trickle down.
Too hard. Rebound, Mays. Mays, 2 head fakes. That one won't go. Logan can't buy a shot. Not with any sort of money. And this one's taken away. And Logan returns the favor as Compton with the pilfer. One of the top thieves in 4A last year was Compton.
Well, and Compton's going to have to do something to keep his team in it now with Brimhall on the bench. Down 18-9. There's a scrum on the floor.
Ball free in front of the Sky View student body, and who has it?
Somebody from Sky View came up with it, and now they're calling it Logan's ball.
Fumble recovered by Sky View, but stays with Logan.
First and 10.
That's what it looked like. Brimhall is back in the game, so he needs to be careful.
That's dangerous.
He's got 2 fouls. He hasn't really gotten going offensively. He's got 1 bucket. Evans is guarding Brimhall. He's got his hands all over him. 3 on the way. Got it.
Just such a quick release, and like I mentioned in the pregame, it's a really high release as well, so it's very hard to defend.
Evans went under the screen, and Brimhall just slid to the corner. Into Mortensen. Mortensen shot blocked by Tennant. Tennant bothering that one, but he can't come up with a board, and it goes out of bounds off of Mortensen. Tennant's put on a lot of weight in the last year, it looks like. He played last year, and he's put on some...
he looks like a different kid.
He really does. He's put on a little bit of weight. They've been making sure he's been eating his Fruit Loops. And the foul out front, no. Yes.
Yeah.
They're going to call it on Goddard.
Oh, Goddard.
That's his first, and that's the 16th foul. It'll be free throws the rest of the way for both teams. Medlin down low to Anderson. Anderson in the double team, and it's a jump ball, and it goes over to Sky View.
We didn't see it, but on the other side, Kozlowski reaches in and ties him up.
Cross-court pass to Evans. 3 on the way. No good. Rebounded by Brimhall. Brimhall's got Tennant up ahead, but he keeps it himself.
A couple of Bobcats in the line of the pass. Smart not to throw it.
Anderson to Compton. Compton. Scoop shot goes. Taylor Compton with 4.
I think they hit the backboard under the rim. Still made it up and over.
A 4-point ball game. 18-14. Skyview still leading. Medlin. Push shot. Won't go, and Goddard's with the board. I don't keep shooting percentages because it's too hard to do and call the game at the same time.
Not good right now. It's not good.
But you got to think neither team can be
25 maybe.
Skyview might be a little bit higher. They shot pretty well in that first period, but Logan can't be in the 30s, can they? Panther is 100% from three-point land. 12 points on 4 triples for Riley Panther, and it's a 7-point lead. And an offensive foul called on the screen set by Tennant.
Entering for Logan, number 22, Marcus Mays. And for the Bobcats, number 5, Brian Doherty.
So Doherty in, Mays in.
No free throws on the offensive foul.
Doherty, 3 as Mays fell down. Too long, and Compton comes up with it.
Brimhall coming up gimpy after that last play. I think he twisted his ankle.
He's kind of hobbling around out there on the elbow, isn't he? Tennant loses control, gets it back and scores. Hiram Tennant gets on the board.
Gets knocked back up through the hoop. Referees stop play and make sure that basket was counted by the score table.
Brimhall's going to sit. And Skyview takes a timeout. They lead by 5, 21-16 with 3:42 to play in the first half. Icon Health and Fitness, one of our sponsors. Icon's one of the world's largest developers, manufacturers, and marketers of fitness equipment. They've got brands that include Nordic Track, Proform, Leader, Reebok, Gold's Gym, Health Rider, all sorts of exercise equipment. That's Icon Health and Fitness, a longtime sponsor.
I have one of their treadmills in my basement. It is fantastic.
As we take a look at the last bucket by the Grizzlies, and there you see it popped back up and out by Doherty. That wasn't Doherty, that was Panther. So the bucket counts. Need to mention as well the Salt Lake Express personal door-to-door pickup and drop-off service to and from the Salt Lake City Airport every hour. Or you can get economic service from convenient Cache Valley locations. As someone who used to travel a lot for business, I'll tell you what, I think it'd be worth it. That's nice service like the airport shuttle, not have to worry about parking and everything else.
And I noticed they have a trailer on the back of their van in case you have a lot of luggage. They take a trailer with you.
There you go. Or if you have loud kids.
Oh yeah, put them in the trailer.
Yeah. Turnover. That's Skyview's 5th turnover of the ball game. Unofficially, Logan with 4. Medlin between the circles. Gives it off to Tennant.
Sure feel a difference in the second quarter between the first and really the energy level. They're starting to kind of get into the groove and play their game, and that's really made this game closer, 21-16.
Logan working against that Skyview man defense. Compton shot. Short.
Nice use of the Tennant screen, but he can't make the shot.
2:40 to play here in this first half. Logan only scored 9 points in the first period. They've scored 7 here in the second. Panner's hot, and maybe he's cooling down a little bit, but Mortenson's there to clean up the miss. Spin inside, and Doherty can't get it to go. Nice move. Doherty just couldn't finish it off.
Skyview's only scored 3 in this quarter. Was it 18-9 in the quarter?
He scored 7 in this quarter. Mays out to Medlin. Medlin, free throw line jumper, he's fouled. And I would bet with Brimhall a little bit gimpy and with 2 fouls, Coach Brown will probably ride the next 2 minutes with Brimhall on the pine and not get a cheap 3rd foul.
Well, there's no trainers looking at him over there with that hobble he had a minute ago.
Medlin, his first point of the ball game. Medlin hits both. So it's a 3-point ball game now at 21-18. Under 2 minutes to play. Dangerous pass. Mays gets his hand on it. The Panther gets it back. Panther's got 4 3-pointers in this first half for 12 points. That one taken from inside the arc. Pushes the lead back to 5 for the Bobcats. Dixon, cross court to Mays. Mays in a little bit of trouble, but he's outside the key. Don't worry about a 3-second call. Here's Anderson with a 3. Off the heel, rebounded by Goddard. Skyview slowed down their offense some in the waning moments of this first half. They lead 23-18. Mortensen turns into trouble, and they're going to call a foul on Dixon. That's a tough call. 23-18 with 53.5 remaining. And that's one where I think the official was kind of screened out. Watch this, Lee. You tell me what you think here. He spins in as Dixon comes over. Yeah, I guess Dixon kind of stepped into it, didn't he?
Well, he did, but Mortensen hadn't started his motion yet, so that's a difficult call, and Mortensen gets bailed out on that call. But, you know, this has been a frenetic pace on the defensive end. There's the Essendon Jewelers middle of the block, sign of the clock. Tells the story of the game, but it's been a frenetic game to call, so even with 3 officials still, they kind of get all hyped up, too, when the game's going like that.
Free throw, no good by Mortensen. He's 2 for 4 from the free throw line. There's Bryce Mortensen. Leading scorer on this team, he's only got 2. Anderson tries again from the arc, and he hits this time.
2-point game, clock winding in this half.
Logan hanging in there, but Skyview continuing to control this ball game. Ten seconds in the half. Goddard elevates. Short, but there to clean it up is Doherty. Tipped away. 3 by Hendricks. Won't go. And that's the end of the first half. Skyview leads Logan 25-21 behind 14 first half points by Riley Penn.
Clark Salt Lake Express and the airport shuttle have merged and become one.
So we still have doorstep service, and it's about the same price as it was before. Our focus now is to try to provide as many opportunities for people who need to have the ability to get to and from Salt Lake when they want. They don't want to wait at the airport for 2 hours. They also don't want to be driving around the valley when they get here.
And you bring us to a location that leaves on time.
We'll have another vehicle take you here to save time comfortably, and that main vehicle goes 12 times a day on schedule, both leaving the valley and coming back.
We're back at Skyview High School. It's 25-21. Skyview leading Logan at the half. And, you know, we talked in that first half, we kind of teased it a little bit about a special guest we're going to have here at halftime. And joining us now from PR Graphics is Shania Laird. Shania, thanks for joining us up here.
Thanks for having me.
You want to do the second half of the game with me? You can do the color commentary.
I think I'm going to have to pass on that one this time.
Are you sure?
I don't know.
You do great.
I'm cheering for Logan, though, so that might be a problem.
Oh, my goodness. Why don't you tell us a little bit about PR Graphics and the company and what it does? In just a minute, we're going to take a look at some of your work, but tell us a little bit about the company.
PR Graphics is a newly started vinyl business here in Logan. It's kind of been my little project, and we basically do vinyl work, and we do window screens, logos, banners. We can do full color wraps, snowmobile wraps, and bike wraps. Basically anything that you're interested in, we can do for you.
So what we're looking at here, is this a wrap that you do for a snowmobile? You do all your design on a computer now? There's programs for that or what?
Yeah, so basically you tell us what year and model you have of snowmobile, car, or dirt bike, We pick out the template for you. You can pick whatever colors or picture that you want, and we put it together, give you a couple of options, and we'll switch it around however many times we need to get it exactly how you want it.
So for like a sled or a bike or something like that, are you putting the logos and stuff on all the fiberglass parts mostly, or can you put it on any part?
You can put it on plastic, seats, whatever you want. But stick to it, we'll put it on there for you.
So if there's a business that's out there and they want to, you see that more and more, the vehicles with the wraps and with their logos and everything on it, you're the people to see then.
Yep, I would say basically your vehicle is going to be out running errands around town anyway, so you might as well get extra advertising out of it.
What's the process? If we take a look at this Valley Channel van, I'll talk more about it here in a minute, but how long does the process take that we're going to see here, this van? How long from start to finish did this project take you?
We can basically do it as fast or as slow as you need us to. If we need it switched around, we'll take the time to do that, and if you need it in a hurry, then we can do that as well.
Okay, so we brought this van in. This is actually an owner's van.
Yes.
His wife took these photos, so somebody can bring in their own designs, right?
Yes.
And everything, and then so tell me what we're seeing here, what's going on.
So it was really important to the owners that they got their own photos on the van, so we went ahead and print those out for them, took them over and let them dry, and then ran them through some UV laminate so they won't fade. They'll last about 3 to 5 years on the vehicle.
So that just protects it from sun and everything?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep, and it won't damage your paint at all. It actually protects it. It's like an extra kind of layer of paint, if you want to say. So we print out whatever you want, laminate it, get it all cut out, and get it put on the van.
So you can run that through a car wash.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about that. And now here's the van, okay?
Yes.
Now folks, take a look at before and after, okay? Now what are you doing? You're prepping the van. You have to get off any loose junk and stuff, right?
Yeah, we had to do a lot of prep work. We took off all of the mirrors, took off all the extra stickers. We wiped it all down really good, made sure that it was clean so that the vinyl would for sure stick to it.
There you go, and there you're taking all the mirrors and everything off. So you wrap around those openings and everything, and now, here we go. Well, now wait, that picture's bigger than the side of the van.
Yeah, so we lay the picture on there and make sure it's going to fit exactly where we want it to. We've all pre-laid this out on the computer so we know how it's going to turn out in the end, even though it doesn't look like it right now. When we start to lay it down by hand, it's kind of a long process, but...
So somebody can bring that in and they want to know what it looks like. You can show them before you even start, before they spend their money. They can see what it's going to look like.
Yeah, the owner actually saw every little piece where it was going to line up on the door, the windows, where the logo was going to be, everything on the computer before we even decided to print it out.
Okay, so as we watch them mapping this and get it started, somebody wants to, they want to change their logo after a couple years. You know, they're going to rebrand. It's been 3 or 4 years. They want to rebrand what they're doing. Can you take that off?
Yes, we definitely do take it off. A lot of vinyl companies actually won't offer that, but we do offer to take it off, and it doesn't damage your paint at all. It'll look just like brand new. We can put it back on for you if you want to.
Same thing with the windows too, because you see that right there in the windows. There's the hood of the van, and it's even up on top of the van. There's the other side, the driver's side. I see a few of the Wellsvilles there, and you can kind of see up over the top how that goes right up over the top. So it won't hurt those windows at all. And it's street legal with it over the windows, because tell me, people can see that from there, but you can see out just fine, right? You can kind of see it right there.
Yeah, you won't be able to see into the van, which a lot of people don't want you like seeing into their vehicles and stuff, you know. But if he's going to back up or turn or anything, you'll be able to see out perfectly fine, as if it wasn't even on there.
Yeah, there's the shot from inside. So you're looking out, you can see just fine. It's almost like a sunscreen for you, I guess, probably, right? But you probably can't. You probably can't put it on the front of a vehicle, but can you put it up along the header or what?
Yeah.
Are there some rules against what you can and can't do legally?
Yeah, there is.
Are there? Did you take a look? They've gone around you see how they fit it right down in there, right into all the seams and everything. Now that is outstanding. When we talk from where that van was before to put this.
Yeah, it looks like a brand new vehicle.
It does. Brand new, and you say that's fine going through the car wash and everything else, huh?
Yep.
You just treat it like you would any other car. And you can do this for trucks, cars, snowmobiles, motorcycles. Can you do it for something besides vehicles? What else do you do?
Yeah, we do like business fronts. We can do window screens on those. Basically anything you can think vinyl would stick to, we can put it on there.
Wow. Well, all right. We appreciate you as a sponsor of the sports here in the Valley. These kids get to be on TV because of your business, and people can have those wraps done or something done in their house. It looks like good quality work. That's outstanding what you did there. Thanks, Shania. Shania Laird from PR Graphics, spending some time with us. If you have any needs for a vehicle or anything else with wraps and logos, anything else, go see the folks at PR Graphics. We're going to take a break. It's 25-21. Skyview leads Logan at the half.
50-pound bag.
Here at Lewiston State Bank, we offer lots of different loan products to meet your needs. We're happy to work with you and hope that you would enjoy working with us.
We had to take out an automobile loan, and so we came into Lewiston State Bank, and she was so good. She worked with me really, really well.
We are proud to have been serving our customers for over 100 years with personalized, friendly service. Please come in and meet your new friends at Lewiston State Bank.
Coach Hilliard, barn burner of a game so far. You come out and hit a lot of shots in the first quarter. Logan storms back. What'd you tell your kids at half?
Hey, we weathered their storm. Now we know they're going to come at us. It's a game of runs, and we got to continue to defend like we're defending. I think we're doing a good job. I think we're doing a good job of rebounding. On your home court, you got to protect your home court and region, and that's what I told them. And we got to go out and we got to play just as aggressive, just like we were the first half. And I think we'll be in good shape.
Thanks for your time, Coach. Good luck. Back to you, Eric Olson.
All right, Lee, it'll be an interesting second half as Skyview leads Logan 25-21. That was the first half. Brought to you by Icon Health and Fitness, changing lives with fitness innovation. Cache Valley Hospital, your choice in healthcare. Salt Lake Express, door-to-door service to and from the Salt Lake Airport every hour. Lewiston State Bank, strong and vibrant for over a century. Immaculate Homes, and now you're home. Wendy's of Cache Valley. It's way better than fast food. It's Wendy's. Discount Tire and Automotive, so much more than a tire store. Four Seasons Premier Apartment Homes. Live, work, play, and celebrate. PR Graphics for all your promotional graphics needs. Planet Fitness, no intimidation, no lunks. $10 per month. Join now at Planet Fitness. The logo shop, we logo stuff, all kinds of stuff. And the Valley Channel, Cache Valley's television station. 25-21 our score. Skyview leading Logan. Getting ready to start the...
Introducing the new Proform TDF Centennial. The only training bike that inclines and declines, rides anywhere in the world, and measures your energy output. With Google Street View and a 7-inch touchscreen, draw your map and ride every tour stage or anywhere in the world. The TDF responds to terrain changes with a full 20% incline, 20% decline. An integrated advanced power meter measures your exact watts. And silent magnetic resistance means the training bike making all the noise in the cycling world sounds like this. You can't train like this on any other bike. Call or go online today to get the Proform TDF Centennial with $0 plus free upgrade to rush shipping.
Jackson Anderson scores for the Grizzlies on their first possession to cut it to a 25-23 Skyview lead. And Tyler Brimhall just picked up his third foul, and Mortensen will go to the line. Mortensen makes the first. On the rebound is where the foul was. It's just down there, just off camera. But Brimhall just picked up his third. Mortensen hits them both. He averages 12 a game and 6 rebounds. He's got 4 here tonight. It's a 4-point game. It was a 4-point game at the half. It was a 5-point game at the end of 1. Logan taking their time, and Compton somebody may have gotten a piece of that, and it goes out of bounds off of Sky View.
Well, and he almost caught it on the missed shot, and that would have been a travel.
Sure would.
Luckily knocked out of bounds if you're a Logan fan. Back to Logan.
Logan trailing by 4. Mays into the ball game to replace Brimhall, who sits down with 3 fouls. Medlin for 3. No. Mays has hit a 3-pointer for Logan.
Another block for Tennant.
And Jackson Anderson's hit a 3-pointer, and Tennant altering shots.
Having somebody 6'8" in the middle is a big deal. He was awfully skinny as a sophomore.
I see what you did there. A big deal.
Big deal, that's right.
Jokes. I get jokes. Here's Tennant down the lane.
Oh.
Little scoop shot won't go. The underhand scoop.
You're 6'8", throw that down.
That's right, out of bounds. Skyview with the turnover. 5 turnovers for Logan unofficially, and 6 for Skyview, also unofficially.
I would be confused if one was official and one wasn't.
Well, that's pretty much it. But Logan hit the first shot of the half to cut it to a 2-point lead. That got them as close as they've been in a while. Now they're back to 2. As Anderson hits another. He's got 9 points. Logan putting a little pressure on. Panther was red hot in that first half, and now he turns it over. Logan with a chance to tie or take the lead.
There's nothing worse for a shooter on a streak than halftime.
Tennant hands it off to Mays, who gives it back to Medlin. Pretty good man-to-man defense by Skyview. They've played a lot of man defense in this contest thus far. 5 minutes to play in the third period, a 2-point Skyview lead. Both teams looking for their first region win, and Anderson travels.
That's a good call. Tries to split the defense, gets tripped up a little bit on incidental contact, and drags that foot.
Entering for Skyview, number 20, Jake Hendricks.
He's looking for a call there, but he's not going to get it.
Skyview trying to increase that lead. Panthers shot won't go. Rebound and a foul.
A foul on Goddard, probably.
Now Goddard stepped in front, and he and Compton kind of got their arms tangled up. Goddard with his second.
Panther never really got his shoulder squared on that last shot, and that's what really made it bounce hard off the back of the rim.
So Brimhall comes back into the game. It was a 2-point game when he left. It's a 2-point game as he comes back. Again, Brimhall averages 20 points per game. He has 5 in this one so far tonight. Still looking to get on track. They have done a pretty good job keeping him under wraps.
That's why you got to feel pretty good if you're Logan Brown and the Logan coaching staff. If you're only down by 2 and your best leading scorer only has 5.
Medlin, the lefty. Got it! Logan leads.
I will say in the game so far, Medlin has the most distracting mullet, so that's something.
That means he's got the best one. 10-second call. The Skyview with their 8th turnover. 3 so far this half.
Boy, Coach Brown out on the floor hyping his kids up. Pretty excited about that 10-second call.
Down low, Anderson. Off the glass, won't go, rebounded by Mortensen.
Anderson looking for contact there, didn't get it, kind of sent him off balance.
Logan playing man defense as well. They get into the switch. Goddard loses it, but they call Anderson for the foul.
Foul assessed to the Grizzlies, Jackson Anderson. Entering for Sky View number 5, Brian Doherty.
Anderson picks up his second. And there you can see it. Just kind of got caught with his hand in the cookie jar, didn't he?
Well, you can't do that when the official's standing exactly 1 foot away.
Tanner's spin move, shot won't go. This
nice save.
Saved back in by Hendricks after he had knocked it away. Anderson steps into a 3, and it's short. Panther with the board. Doherty loses it, out of bounds, Logan ball.
Well, you know, I was thinking before the game started that a lot of these varsity players saw a lot of time in the JV game for Skyview, and that could be a concern going into the end of this third and into the fourth quarter, that they might get gassed. Logan, on the other hand, didn't play hardly any of their varsity players in the JV game. If any, I don't think I saw any.
I don't recall seeing any of them playing varsity. Cache Valley Hospital is dedicated to providing the highest level of health care services to our community. Your care is our #1 priority. When you are at Cache Valley Hospital, you're always treated as a very important person. Wendy's of Cache Valley, another one of our sponsors. They are the real choice in fast food. Wendy's delivers quality fresh food with real ingredients to provide the best tasting fast food. Right there at Wendy's of Cache Valley.
I could go for a baked potato right now.
I'm telling you, potatoes are the new popcorn at sporting events. They're selling baked potatoes down at the concessions here at Skyview tonight.
Well, if you don't get one, go to Wendy's and get one.
You can put on chili and cheese and all the butter and everything else that's not good for you that makes it so good. And I think about the #1 draw at Utah State games this year was that booth that did the fresh French fries.
Yes.
You had to wait in line forever because everybody in the stadium was there.
The other one was the hot chocolate when it was bitter cold this year, a few games.
But potatoes are the new popcorn at sporting events. So get a bag of potatoes and take it to your next sporting event. I think there's a business idea in there, Lee. Little small potato poppers.
Yes.
Doherty leans in, scores.
Boy, Doherty plays a lot bigger than he is. He's just under 6 feet. He's about 5'10", but he plays big in the paint.
Compton's been quiet tonight, only 4 points for the Grizzlies. It's been Jackson Anderson that's done the scoring for him. Mays, bank shot won't go, and a foul out front.
That's a difficult foul. You got to call it, unfortunately, as the official because it is, but it's just silly.
It's not that it's a bad call, it's just a bad decision.
Yeah, it's just, you know, if that kind of contact is made somewhere else on the court, it doesn't get called. Out in the middle of the court, three-quarter court, gets called.
Austin Jepson, #4, into the ball game for Skyview. Both teams looking for their first region win. Doherty's fouled by Mays again. And they've called it this way all night.
Yep, our people call it Mays, and I'll call that a foul.
They've called the bumps, they've called the pushes, regardless of the severity.
You kind of got to do that in a rivalry game like that. It can get out of hand in a hurry, so you got to call a tight game.
3 by Hendricks. That's 5 3-pointers for Skyview tonight. Logan with 4 of their own. Underneath Mays is free.
Marcus Mays for 2.
Mays has 5. 32-30 lead for Skyview. Under 2 minutes to play in the third period. Mortensen just about has it pilfered. He gets it back and gives to Hendricks, who hit the last one, and he hits this one.
Jake is a great shooter. I've seen him play since he was in 3rd grade, and he was always the best player on the court coming up. Now a lot of kids are as good or better than his, but he's still a great shooter.
That one had so much arc on it, it was signed by the International Space Station astronauts when it came down. Mays with a 3 that was short. Medlin takes it away. 10th turnover for Skyview, and out front is Mays.
Marcus Mays for 2.
You know, I'm stupid here. I should have asked this question beforehand. Where did Mays come from? Is he a transfer? I don't remember seeing him ever.
No, I don't remember seeing him.
We'll have to find out before our next game.
He's a senior as well,
yeah.
So he must have moved in, right?
That's what I was thinking.
He really didn't. He didn't get any time last year, so. There's Hendricks right down the lane. It opened up for him. Hendricks with 8 points here in this 3rd period. All of them coming in the last 2 minutes.
Hendricks dying, calling for a sub. I don't know if he got popped in the gut or what.
They see his signal, and now they're telling him, look, there's 13 seconds left. You're staying in there.
Just play the game.
He just about comes up with a steal. Mays, baseline drive, spins in. Compton steps into a 3. It's short. Dixon's shot at the buzzer will count. And it's going to be a 3-point game going into the 4th and final period. Skyview 37, Logan 34. Back to start the 4th period, 37-34. Skyview outscored by Logan by a point in that 3rd period, 13-12.
I wonder if we could see the replay of that last putback.
It's a 37-31 Skyview lead as we head into the final 8 minutes. You can see from that shot, it's pretty close to being a full house. That far side, the upper deck, there's a few empty rows, but this side's pretty full. Dixon with that putback bucket right at the buzzer to end the 3rd quarter. Got Logan back to within 3. Logan had taken a lead at 28-27. But then they were outscored 10-6. Out front, 3 ball. Too hard as Austin Jepson couldn't find the range. Rebounded by the Grizzlies.
Right, and you know, we were talking about it off air about who we're going to choose as the player of the game. Really, everybody's played a great team game on both sides of the ball. Nobody has really stood out so far. We'll have to see what happens in the 4th quarter. Who's going to get to clean the sink at Angie's?
Anderson's been really scrappy. He's got 9. There's Brimhall, 3, no good. Medlin jumps in there and knocks it away, but Panner's come up with it. I think Panner
yeah,
has been a heck of a ball player here in this ball game. And Goddard.
Big shot from Goddard. Haven't heard a whole lot from him this game, but a couple of baskets.
Back out to a 5-point lead now. Brimhall just cannot get free. They've got Mortensen on him. Dixon puts his head down, won't go. 3 Bobcats there as all the Grizzlies except for Brimhall were standing outside the arc on that set. No one was there for a miss.
Brimhall forced to play Mortensen. Tennett's out right now.
Dixon down low working on Downs and a foul underneath. Who are they going to call that on?
You got to hope it's on Dixon, and it is.
It is.
Grizzlies, Cole Dixon. Entering for Logan, number 44, Hiram Tennant, and number 20, Jackson Anderson.
Dixon with his third. Anderson back in and Tennant. Yeah, I really like the game Anderson's played for Logan. He's been scrappy all night long. Tried to pick up the scoring load a little bit. Hendricks had that 8-point outburst. Nice job by Brimhall to force the turnover. Hendricks had that little 8-point outburst there in the third to kind of get control back for the Skyview, but
really, it was Panter who set the tone, yeah.
Yeah, Panter has really done the job, although he did not score in that third period. He had 14 in the first half to help Skyview out to the lead. Underneath Anderson, they go to him. He turns in and he's fouled.
Ooh, that's a tough one. He must have got him down low because that was pretty clean up top.
Foul assessed to the Bobcats, Bryce Mortensen at the line for Logan.
Mortensen picks up his second. Here's a look. They kind of had his
backhand
on him.
But the official who made that call couldn't see that. Doherty, the spark plug back in. He's had a pretty good game as well.
10 for Anderson. Looking to cut the the Bobcat lead to 3. And he misses the second. Anderson is 1 for 3 as the 3 ball goes. And that's Panter again.
Well, he heard us talking about him.
Timeout. Logan is back up to a 7-point lead for the Grizzlies.
Momentum's such a big part of this game in high school basketball, and Coach Brown wants to stop it right now because it swung back in favor of the Sky View Bobcats with this dagger from the corner.
That was with 6'8" Tennant right in his face.
You know, when you're in a zone like that, and it's never happened to me, but I've heard when you're in a zone like that, you don't see anything. You just see the basket.
You told me that happened when you were dating all the time. You were just in the zone. I was in the zone.
That's true.
Any girl I asked went out with me.
That's right. Didn't see the other ones.
There was none. And for $10, I won't tell your wife any of those stories. That's 5 3-pointers for Panter.
Well, he must have heard us talking about cleaning the sink, and he likes ice cream.
Yeah. 17 for Panter. Hendricks has 2 3-pointers. And now Logan down 7 with 5:49. Still a lot of time to play. Brimhall just hasn't been able to get untracked, and he turns that one over. 8 for the Grizzlies. 8 turnovers for Logan. Skyview has 11. Skyview's just put the ball in the bucket better than the Grizzlies have.
Yep, and they break that pressure pretty easily. Panter trying to get free at the top of the key.
See if Skyview goes into some clock burning mode here. Sometimes that can hurt you if you lose a little bit of that edge. Underneath, Doherty won't go. Downs with the rebound, working against Anderson. This one will, and it's Mortensen.
And Anderson's a big kid, no Downs.
Compton at the other end. But Anderson was the only guy hitting the boards down there in red. Crimson, I guess it's crimson.
Crimson.
Crimson and gold.
The same colors as the Florida State Seminoles.
I see.
One of my favorite college teams.
That's too bad.
Not this year.
Timeout, Skyview. Anderson had the turnover, but then Skyview got it back. It's a 7-point lead for the Bobcats. Under 5 minutes to play in the ball game. Lewiston State Bank has been serving individuals and businesses for over a century in Cache Valley. They've got locations in North Logan, Lewiston, Preston, Idaho as well. And check out their new location at 3rd South and Main in Logan. Don't forget about mortgages and home equities at Lewiston State Bank. Speaking of mortgages and homes and home equities,
yes,
Immaculate Homes builds the most sustainable, energy-efficient homes in Cache Valley. Immaculate Homes is an Energy Star certified builder. What that means is that you save money every month as you heat, cool, and light your home at Immaculate Homes. And when you're driving home to your Immaculate Home, you want to get there safely. So you need to trust your car care to Discount Tire and Automotive. There's so much more than a tire store. Belts, hoses, batteries, they do that. Alignments, brakes, shocks, struts, suspension, air conditioning, they do that. Check engine light, preventative maintenance, full service oil change, yeah. We do that at Discount Tire.
You know, if you don't have snow tires, you should get some because they are awesome. I got studded snow tires this year.
Yeah?
Love it. Turned my Hyundai into a tank.
You quit driving on the roads, you like.
I know.
You just take the fields.
Driving through the fields.
If you see a Hyundai driving through your yard, it's leave on his way to work.
That's right.
Well, you put about 40,000 miles a week on that car of yours with the territory you cover. So.
I do.
It's a great atmosphere for high school basketball tonight, Lee.
Fantastic.
Both of these student bodies have really brought their A game, haven't they? Logan trying to come up with a steal. They can't do it, and Doherty will go to the line.
Bailed out on the circus shot. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, that's crazy. Everything that was going on as Logan was trying to dig the ball out, and then Doherty didn't look like he got much of it at all.
Absolutely bailed out.
Tennant.
The officiating crew's done a fantastic job tonight, I think. That call they didn't.
Doherty hits the free throw.
Which, if you miss one, that's a pretty good game.
Yeah. People say it about officiating all the time. They just want consistency. I think it's been consistent
Very
all
consistent,
night.
Yeah.
And Doherty hits both. Nine-point lead now for the Bobcats as they start pulling away. They've done a great job on Tyler Brimhall. Brimhall spins in. Shot won't go, but he'll go to the line as he's fouled by Hendricks. Hendricks with his third foul. There's a look right there.
Hey, did you have any pizza before the game?
I did. I always do.
Delicious.
Yeah, Pier 49 provides us with a whole pile of pizzas as Brimhall hits his first free throw of the night. Is that what pizzas come in? Geese come in a gaggle, crows come in a murder, horses come in a herd, and pizzas come in a pile. You know what I really like there, though? I like their cheesy garlic bread.
Oh, yeah. I have to actually interview people, so I try and avoid that one, but their pizza's fantastic.
So that's too bad.
I know. I got work to do. I don't get to stand up here all game like you do.
That's true.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Tipped away by the Grizzlies and out of bounds. Dixon in the ball game and Tennant on the bench. Now here comes Tennant back in. Here's a look at that. It's Compton that knocks it away. Dixon looked like he might have had a chance at it, but that's tough to corral that when it's about a foot away from you and whizzing past you at 30 miles an hour.
Haven't heard a lot from Mortensen since the first quarter.
Well, Mortensen on the night has 6 points. Skyview playing a little bit of a game of keep away. Running some clock, leading by 7.
Well, I'm going to head down there, and all things being equal, I'm going to catch up to Riley Panner. He'll be our player of the game unless something changes. I got to make an executive decision.
Goddardge for 3, won't go. Rebound fought for, and Mortensen knocks it over to Goddardge. And Anderson gets the foul. Anderson was on the deck as he got knocked down as Mortensen knocked away that rebound. And Anderson picks up his third. See, he was already down on the floor and he just dives in there, and really you can't do that. That's the 7th team foul on Logan. Skyview with only 3 fouls this half. They've managed to keep from getting into foul trouble. So Dixon back in for Tennant as they'll do situational substitutions. Goddard hits both. Back out to a 9-point lead for Skyview. Skyview 6-6, Logan 9-2. Anderson puts it up and he's fouled. That's on Mortensen. Mortensen, his 3rd foul. 21 points from beyond the arc for Skyview in this game as Anderson misses a free throw. His dad's a coach, and you might talk to him about that. Because that's 5 free throws tonight for Anderson. He's only made 1. Here's his 2nd. He makes the 2nd, so he's 2 of 6. I'll bet his dad won't say a word to him because I'm sure he already knows. Better shoot a few more of those. So Logan's been outscored from the 3-point line 21-12. And that's pretty close to your difference in the ballgame. Underneath. Panner's shot goes in. Panner with 19. 10-point lead for Skyview. Brimhall leans in and he's fouled. Looked like Panner had a block. And he gets called for the foul.
Foul assessed to the Bobcats, Riley Panter. Tyler Brimhall.
That's his 2nd. Brimhall will go to the line. It's 2 for 2 from the line tonight, 7 points. He misses. That's been a big story as well. It's Tyler Brimhall unable to get going tonight. Averages 20 a game, averaging 20 and 5. He hits the 2nd one. He's got 8. Panter. That one won't go. That probably would have put it away. Rebounded by Brimhall. Brimhall all the way to the hoop. Too hard. Goddard kicks it off to Mortensen. His shot won't go. Medlin hasn't been able to really get going tonight either, averaging 11. He's only got 5. There's 2:06 to play in the ball game, and it's a 9-point lead for Skyview. Compton, 3, rims out. And Anderson picks up his 4th foul.
Jackson Anderson assessed the foul for the Grizzlies. Jake Hendricks will be at the line for
So in the penalty, Hendricks goes to the line. There's a good look at Hendricks. He had that little 8-point outburst where he scored 8 in a row all on his own to help open up a lead for Skyview after Logan had taken the lead for a few minutes there in the 3rd period. Mays to Compton. Logan in a hurry. This one out of bounds, and it goes off of Skyview. Looked like may have went off Anderson's leg, but it must have hit a Bobcat after that. Brimhall loses it. Goddard's knocked down. Are they going to call it on Mays or Brimhall? They're going to call it on Mays. Mays with his 3rd.
Foul assessed to the Grizzlies. Marcus Mays, Braxton Goddard, line for Sky View.
See, Brimhall just loses it, it gets knocked away. And Goddard hits the free throw. Goddard just hit 3 in a row from the line. He's got 7 points. That one's short. Brimhall with the rebound. 10-point ball game. Mays out front.
Marcus Mays for 2. Timeout.
Mays has 9. Logan with the timeout. It's an 8-point ball game, and again, Logan will have to keep fouling and hope that Skyview misses some free throws. Looking at Skyview from the line tonight, I have to count them up real quick. "17 trips to the foul line for Logan. They're 10 of 17 from the free throw line. Or Skyview, I should say. Skyview with 11 turnovers. It's an unofficial number, and 9 for Logan. Skyview's just shot the ball better than the Grizzlies. That's been your difference. They're led by Riley Panter and his 19 points. 15 of those 19 coming from beyond the arc. This was 5 of 7 from three-point land. So the Bobcats with the ball with 1:21 to play and an 8-point lead. Grizzlies will pressure. Doherty, Mortensen, Panter, Hendricks, and Goddard for the Bobcats. Medlin, Compton, Mays, Brimhall, and Anderson for the Grizzlies. The Bobcats break that press, and Mortensen is fouled with 1:13 to play.
Fouls on the Grizzlies.
It's 2 free throws the rest of the way.
Bryce Mortensen at the line for Skyview.
And Compton just picked up his 3rd. Compton with 6 points tonight. Mortensen shot short. And Levon mentioned as we were getting into the 3rd quarter that a lot of these varsity guys got a little bit of time in that JV game, or a good portion of them. Wondered if they would be a little tired to close this one out. But it seems like the Bobcats got better down the stretch as Mortensen hits 1 of 2. Brimhall, long 3, short, follows up his own miss, misses the putback. And a foul underneath, and Mortensen will go to the line again. It's been that kind of night for Tyler Brimhall.
Now assessed to the Grizzlies, Jackson Anderson.
Anderson just fouled out.
At the line for Skyview.
So Anderson will foul out with 11 points.
That is Anderson's 5th personal.
He had 6 points here in the second half, 5 in the first. Played very aggressive as we take a look at the clock. 52-43. 9-point game with under a minute left. Skyview on their way to their first region win. Four Seasons Premier Apartment Homes are brand new smoke-free apartments made to impress. With easy access to office space, conference and banquet rooms, swimming pools, hot tubs, spas, and gyms, it makes their community of apartments in North Logan the best place to live, work, play, and celebrate. That's Four Seasons Premier Apartment Homes. And the Logo Shop is just like the name says. They logo stuff. The Logo Shop can provide you with a vast assortment of quality product choices at prices that are competitive in all 50 states. And give you an effective and practical solution for promoting your business, club, or group at the Logo Shop. Missed free throw by Mortensen. It remains a 9-point game. He misses both. Compton to Mays off a couple of screens. Back to Compton. He elevates and hits.
Taylor Compton for 3. Timeout, Logan.
So it's a 6-point ball game. At 52 to 46. After that make. And Logan's looking, they're setting screens. Skyview's doing a good job of helping on the switch, and then Compton just elevates and hits. Thanks for watching the Game of the Week here on the Valley Channel. You know, we've been broadcasting to Cache Valley families since 1989. We're broadcast to homes throughout Cache County, free over-the-air TV on channel 26.1 and on basic Comcast cable, that's channel 17, and we're streaming live as well. And you get on our Facebook page, you can find the link and see live streaming. Our advertising rates are low, our service and customer satisfaction ratings are very high. Our program's all about the people, events, organizations, and businesses and activities that make Cache Valley our home. That's the Valley Channel. 25 years. We're doing high school sports before it was cool. Compton could have cut it to 3. He had the steal, he missed the shot. That would have cut it to 3. And a foul on the rebound. Logan, that was a little bit of a tough one as well, but we're a long way away. He was surrounded. There you go. And I'm not sure what the foul was there. And he didn't like it. Doesn't matter what he likes. That's his 4th foul. 37 seconds to play. But Compton got that steal on that inbounds play. If he would have hit that 3, we would be looking at a 3-point ball game. But he didn't, and Panter goes to the line. Riley Panter with his first trip to the free throw line, and it comes with 37 seconds to play in the game, and he is at 20 points. Makes them both, sitting at 21.
Entering for Logan, number 12, Cole Dixon.
And that may have just put the game away. Logan Brown is working on that official that called that foul on Brimhall. All the way down as he walked down the court. Dixon to Brimhall as he goes baseline and hits.
Tyler Brimhall for 2. Timeout, Logan.
Brimhall's worked his way now to 10 points. Still 10 off his average. It's a 6-point ball game. Take a look. They're defending the 3-point line, so Brimhall just cuts baseline. And that's what it's going to be the rest of the way. More fouls as Grizzlies try to stay in it. 11 fouls on Logan here in the second half, only 5 on Skyview, but Logan's been forced to foul for the last couple of minutes. It wasn't that big of a disparity until Logan was forced to start fouling. We'll have all the in-Valley rivalry game action for you with a couple other games thrown in here on the Valley Channel in January and February. We've got Logan Skyview again. We'll have Logan Mountain Crest twice and Skyview Mountain Crest twice. Won't miss a minute of it here on the Valley Channel. Doherty gets it inbounds to Goddard, back to Doherty, and Compton will foul Doherty. Doherty is 3 out of 4 from the free throw line.
Grizzlies, Taylor Compton.
For Compton, that's his 4th.
Brian Doherty at the line for Sky View.
Got Doherty on the floor and Brimhall on the floor with 4 fouls each. Anderson's already fouled out. Compton and Brimhall with 4. Doherty misses one and hits the other.
Timeout, Skyview.
And now Skyview wants a timeout with 23 seconds remaining and a 7-point lead. Levon's already gone down courtside to wait for our player of the game. Again, unless something really crazy happens in the last 26 seconds, we're looking at Riley Panther. He's played a whale of a ball game with 21 points. For Skyview, you had to wonder how they were going to respond. They win the state title. They lose some quality ball players, including one D1 player in Jalen Moore. And they started out a little bit slow. They've since kind of stabilized things, and they're now at 6-6. And on the verge of getting their first region win in 2 tries and beating their Cross Valley rival, the Grizzlies. These two teams split last year, each winning on their home court by a single point. Brimhall has to just throw up a prayer. Mays misses, and a foul called. They called that on Hendricks.
Foul assessed to the Bobcats.
And if you're the Bobcats, the last thing you want to do is foul. So Mays goes to the line with a chance to cut it to 5. Mays has come off the bench to score 10 points. Now 11, and it's a 5-point Skyview lead. 12 seconds to play. Medlin has to foul. For Medlin, that's only his 2nd foul.
Foul assessed to Logan Chandler Medlin. Braxton Goddard at the line for the Bobcats.
Goddard will go to the line for 2. Goddard misses. "16 free throws for Skyview here in this second half. They've hit 9 of them, including that one. Compton, 3, too hard. Brimhall misses the putback. Panther with the rebound. And that's the ball game. 56-50. Skyview beats Logan, setting up a big rematch in a couple of weeks. We'll take a break and be back with our player of the game right after this.
The optical industry is changing an awful lot right at the moment. A lot of new advances in lenses and styles of frames. Right at the moment, the most popular thing are big, black, chunky looking frames. For both guys and gals, we help someone look better not only from this side, but from the outside in.
I found Riley Panner. Riley, congratulations. You're the Valley Channel Player of the Game. How's it feel to win this game?
It's pretty great.
Yeah, you came out and hit 3-pointers to get this game going for Sky View tonight. Now you're 7-6 on the season. How big is it to get a win in region against Logan on your home floor?
Oh, this game was huge. It was definitely huge. They just lost to Roy, so that puts them at 0-2, so that's definitely huge.
Talk to me about Logan Surge coming back and what your coach told you.
He just told us to make sure we don't shut down after they start making their run. So
you were the hero last year on this same floor to beat Logan as well, and you're going to get rewarded tonight with an Angie's coupon to clean the sink. Congratulations.
All right, thank you.
Back to you, Eric Olson.
Tanner with 21 as the Bobcats beat the Grizzlies 56-50. The game of the week was brought to you by Icon Health and Fitness, changing lives with fitness innovation. Cache Valley Hospital, your choice in healthcare. The Salt Lake Express, door-to-door service to and from the Salt Lake Airport every hour. Lewis State Bank, strong, vibrant for over a century. Immaculate Homes, now your home. Wendy's of Cache Valley, it's way better than fast food. It's Wendy's. Discount Tire and Automotive, so much more than a tire store. Four Seasons, premier apartment homes, live, work, play, and celebrate. VR Graphics for all your promotional graphics needs. Planet Fitness, no gym intimidation, no lungs at Planet Fitness. The Logo Shop, we logo stuff, all kinds of stuff. And the Valley Channel, Cache Valley's television station for Levon, the guys in the truck and behind the cameras doing the hard work. I'm Eric Olson saying, see you next time on the Valley Channel.